Okay, welcome to Fast Start Workshop Video 3. Let's continue. Let's talk about Dan Kennedy's no BS rules for marketing success. All right. Rule number 1, there will always be an offer or offers. Dan's old speaking colleague, Zig Ziglar, always described salespeople who wimped out at the close as professional visitors, not professional salespeople. From now on, after this workshop, you'll be doing selling in print, selling with media, and you really want to be just a professional visitor. And in those rare times that you need to be, only by very deliberate intent, not accident. So your task really is to make a direct response offer, which fortunately is simple. An offer is something like, buy this, get a second one free. Or call for your free catalog and DVD. The more interesting and appealing the offer, obviously, the better. But the most important basic point is never end a conversation in any media without making a direct offer. Go check out your Yellow Pages ad. Odds are no offer. A lot of businesses even run newspaper ads with no offers. They have what's called an implied offer. The ad for, let's say, a funeral home, for example, gives its name, years in business hours, and facts about services it offers. The implied offer is, when you need us, we'll bury you. A lot of businesses run the same kind of ad. Here we are, here's what we do. Stop doing this. Really, it's stupid. To finish the example of the funeral home, and you can model this same ad, but add the following. Okay, for a free pre-need planning kit and audio CD, 19 financial and estate planning tips for responsible family leaders. Call our toll-free recorded message anytime at toll-free number. It'll be sent to you by mail, no cost, no obligation. If you want 2 offers, here's the one. Tour our new lakeside eternal rest gardens. Get answers to any questions you have about pre-need planning by appointment. Monday, Saturday, call Craig, your tour guide, at this toll-free number. Free thank you gift when you visit. Complimentary dinner for 2 at the Golden Corral Steakhouse. Anyway, you see, there's an offer there, okay, and it's non-threatening. So to be firm about this, nothing, I mean nothing, goes out without an offer attached to it, okay? So there'll always be a reason to respond right now. Dan's friend and top direct response copywriter John Carlton always says, imagine your prospective customer or client as a gigantic sloth spread out on the couch, loath to move his sleeping bulk, phone just out of reach. Your offer must force and compel him to move now. Your goal is immediate response. A plain, vanilla, dull, mundane offer won't do it. Okay? And if you don't get them to do it right now, they'll never do it. Okay? Number 3, have clear instructions on how to respond. Never assume people know how to get in touch with you, even if they have done so before. Okay? 2 sub-rules to this. Okay? 1, confused customers never do anything. Okay? If they're confused, they'll just give up. They're like, too much work. 2, most people do a pretty good job of following directions. Okay, so if you tell them how to do things, most likely they'll know how to do it. Okay, when you put together any marketing tool, ad, flyer, sales letter, website, phone script, it should be a single focused path with high sidewalls to prevent the prospect from wandering off. That leads to a point of decision and action. At that point, you must tell the prospect exactly what you want him to do next, how and when, and what will happen as soon as he does. Okay, stop sending out anything absent of such clear instructions. Okay, there will be tracking and measurement. Okay, tracking means accurately collecting all the information you need to determine what advertising is working and what isn't, which offer is pulling and which isn't, which marketing has traction and which doesn't. Tracking leads to knowing what your return on investment is for each dollar spent. Okay, so you got to know your return on investment when you're doing an ad, and you got to know what media is working and what isn't. Okay, so always track and measure your advertising. Okay, whatever brand building that occurs will be a happy byproduct, not bought. Traditional brand building is fine for giant companies with huge budgets vying for store shelf space and consumers' recognition. If you're the CEO of Heinz or Coors or some company like that, playing with other people's money, by all means, buy brand identity, have fun. But if you're an entrepreneur like me, investing in your own business, then forget about Okay, just forget about it. Focus on response and sales. That's what matters. Okay, if you develop brand recognition along the way, fine, that's great. But don't spend even a dime solely and exclusively on creating it. Don't let trying to get it interfere with response. Okay, brand building is for very, very patient people with very, very deep pockets, and that's probably not you. There will be follow-up. Okay, here's a very common scenario. Okay, people read your ad, call your place of business, ask a question. Either you or the receptionist answers it, and that's it. You don't capture the caller's name, address, email, etc., and no offer to immediately send a free report, a gift, or a coupon. To me, that's a criminal waste. It costs money to get that call. Doing nothing with it is exactly the same as flushing a $100 bill down the drain. In fact, right now, take out a $10 bill or a $20 bill or even a $100 bill, and I want you to walk into the bathroom, tear it up, and flush it down the drain. And I want you to watch it, okay? Because it's exactly what you're doing when you get a lead and you don't follow up, all right? It costs money to get someone to be interested most times, okay? And to not capture their name, email address, or any personal information to follow up with them is criminal. It really is, okay? So from now on, nothing you do will just be one thing. There will be a planned sequence of things completed. You got to map this stuff out. Any contact with you, by you with a prospect, or any contact with you by a prospect will trigger a series of follow-up steps. Okay. Number 7, there will be strong sales copy and not vague hyperbole. Sales and subtlety rarely go hand in hand. There's enormous, overwhelming competition for attention and clutter everyone must cut through. You can't send a shy, timid Casper milquetoast guy into the street to knock on a door of a home or walk into a business and beg in nearly a whisper for a few minutes of the prospect's time. So you can't do that with an ad, flyer, letter, or postcard either. Send Arnold Schwarzenegger instead. He'll walk through the door, be a commanding presence. He shows up, guy drops what he's doing, and pays attention. Lots of examples, in Dan Kennedy's work, provide examples of how you can do that. And if you don't own Dan's book, The Ultimate Sales Letter, I urge you to get it because it has lots of good examples on what captures attention and what doesn't. Okay. Number 8, in general, it'll look like a mail order ad. One of the most famous ad men in the world, the man who built one of the giant Madison Avenue agencies, David Ogilvy, admitted that only direct response guys really knew what they were doing. His guys were guessing. So who should you copy? Should you copy big ad agencies, or should you copy people who work on results? Okay? Any and all ads for any business should mimic mail order ads. And I want you to get your hands on and study everything as if your life depended on it. You can find written and published by the following short list of people. E. Joseph Kossman, that's Cossman, Gerardo Joffe, Joffee, Robert Collier. The Robert Collier Letter Book is an outstanding book. You can find that on eBay, in fact. Joe Sugarman. Joe Sugarman wrote the ad for blue blocker sunglasses. Okay. Anyway, and also study Bill Glazer. Okay, the Glazer side of Glazer Kennedy. He just came out with a new book called Outrageous Advertising that's outrageously successful. It is a phenomenal book, and there's tons and tons of examples in there that you can model from. Okay. Accumulate a file of full-page mail order newspaper and magazine ads that are mail order ads that ask you to buy or at least request free information or have a coupon or toll-free number. Whenever you prepare or approve your ads, flyers, or sales letters or websites, get out this file and compare. Yours better look like theirs. Okay, is basically what we're saying. And number 9, results rule. Period. Okay. Regardless of your experience in your business or even your expertise as a direct marketer, your opinions and feelings about your marketing doesn't really count. You get no vote because you don't put money into your cash register is really what it comes down to. Okay, the only bona fide ballots of how good your marketing is the money and checks you receive as a result of the marketing you ran. Does that make sense? Okay, just because an ad looks pretty doesn't mean it's a good ad. It has to produce results or we don't use it. Okay? That's the end of video 3. We'll see you on video 4.